死なないために死ぬほど準備することなんて絵に秘められたことでしょう。光栄だけど買いかぶりっすよ。
Hello guys, it's me Sim Orahara, and in this video I'll talk about Kobo's answer regarding the continuation of Hell Arc. So guys, let's read together the answer and then I will give you my comment later. So this hero on behalf of millions asked the golden question about the possibility of continue the events of the one-shot. And Kobo's answer was as follows: I'm not really good at drawing something when I'm forced to, so I'll consider doing it when people stop pestering me about it. And personally, I was expecting his answer. I was expecting he would say something like this. Since I have been following Bleach for years, I have always been reading all of Kobo's interviews and his way of dealing with the events that happened to Bleach. Therefore, such an answer is expected. Why? First of all, let's go back a little bit to the past. And exactly after the end of Bleach. We all know how Bleach ended. It ended in a very bad situation. The anime has been over since 2012 and the last arc was floundering in a bad position in Shonen Jump magazine. Sales were decreasing. In addition to that, Kobo was suffering from health issues that affected his ability to draw more chapters constantly. And all these bad things made Kobo's psychological condition not good. I mean, just put yourself in his shoes. You will understand what I mean. Because Kobo is one of the few mangaka who loves the anime of their story to an extraordinary degree. You don't know how much he attached to Bleach anime, and I have already made a full video explaining these things. So the anime for Kobo was like a measure that determined how he would work on Bleach. So when the last arc ended, Kobo thought that the anime would never come back. And after the end of Bleach, the editor-in-chief came to Kobo and told him the following: do you want to complete Bleach or make a new work? Here, if Kobo really wanted to continue Bleach, he would have said, I want to continue Bleach. But he already knew why in the first place he ended Bleach, because a lot of things weren't in the right place. So he wanted, I'm not gonna say he wanted to take a break from Bleach, but he needed a rest. He needed to take a deep breath to see things differently. However, he didn't want to make a completely new story, because as he said at that time, there was a live action for Bleach, so he decided to come up with a story that might seem new in terms of characters, ideas and place, but at the same time it remains within the universe of Bleach. And notice with me the sentence that he said. He said he wanted to try a new thing, but as long as there is another work related to Bleach, which is the movie, he doesn't want to move away from the original story. But in the year 2018, an important event will happen that will change the course of many events. And this one-shot had a good reception by the readers of Shonen Jump. And this good feedback made Shonen Jump ask Kobo to write more chapters for Burn the Witch, as well as release a special movie for it. All of these things were starting to bring back positive energy to Kobo, and thus made him want to write more of that story. But again, everything will change when the return of the anime Bleach will be announced. This return changed the scales of everything, even Kobo's schemes, because he personally did not expect that the anime would return someday. So he originally planned to produce Bleach novels after the end of the manga in order to explain some things and end of the story. But the anime's comeback, the return of the thing that he loves the most more than anything, changed the course of his direction, which was on the way to releasing a sequel to Burn the Witch to the original road, which is Bleach story. And as I told you, the anime is the measure of Kobo's activity and his desire to work on the story. When the anime was officially announced in 2020, a year after it, Kobo released the one-shot of the Hell Arc. And this was a surprise for everyone. After that, Kobo tweeted that the anime production process had begun and that he had begun to redesign the manga characters for the sake of the anime. He added several techniques and battles that were not found in the manga. And this showed how he literally became a supervisor over everything that falls into the anime production process. Because Kobo knows for sure that the return of the anime is a golden chance to reform the final arc. On the other hand, Kobo laid the foundation stone for the possibility of completing the manga after the Quincy arc by releasing the one-shot, because the events of the one-shot prove that Kobo not gonna stop there. There are many strong indications that shows you that Kobo had a plan to make the story continue. If he didn't want to continue Bleach, he wouldn't have written that story. He could have drawn any story with light content end of the story. But as I said, the return of the anime gave Kobo the desire to continue Bleach. Of course, this is from the narrative side. But from the realistic side, completing the story requires several important things. The first is Kobo's desire, and this desire exists with Kobo, and his recent answer tells you that just don't put pressure on me and I'll write more content for Bleach. As for the new jump policy with Kobo, it seemed clear. They gave him enough space to draw 4 chapters of Burn the Witch and then announced a second season. Kobo may draw it whenever he wants. The important thing is that the pressure of the weekly release no longer exists for Kobo. But on the other hand, one of the important things that will determine the continuation of this arc or not is how the readers of the Shonen Jump received the one-shot when it was published. Unfortunately, I don't have any information about this matter, but it seems that the readers' feedback was positive, and this is an important factor because the more well received the one-shot, the magazine will find a good way to make Kobo write without pressure. Third, in my personal opinion, the main factor in completing the Hell arc will be the success of the anime. If the last arc in the anime receives good feedback, this will surely encourage Kobo to draw new chapters for the Hell arc, which could be transformed into new episodes or an entirely new series related to Ichigo and Kazui, like Boruto, even if the two stories are completely different. Bleach, in my opinion, needs new arc after the Quincy arc, because there is a lot to tell about the story, and the novel Can't Fear Your Own World showed concretely how rich Bleach world is, with the stories that can be used in new arcs. That's why I think that as long as the magazine will give Kobo enough space to work whenever he wants, and as well as the success of the anime, these are things that will make Hell arc see the light in the future and we will see more chapters. So I think the best way that Kobo can do this is to make the manga seasonal. I mean, like he did with the Burn the Witch. For example, he make each season contains 10 chapters, which can be made as a volume to buy. And the next season will be without a specific time, like what Togashi do with Hunter x Hunter. And this will be the easy way for Kobo to write without any problem. And I think now he has all the time he wants to do that. The anime will take some time to finish the final arc, especially if they split the episodes into 2 seasons or 3. So guys, tell me what do you think about that, give me your opinions in the comments, and see you guys in my next video.